Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up? My bad. I'm about I don't know. I can't even count. I'm a little late though. It's all good. Quilly, what's happening? Shanna, what's to it? 2A Syndicate. Lawrence Lilly, CJ, what's going on, brother? Choice Family Firearms. Whenever you ready, I'm ready, brother. We ain't got to discuss it too long. Coy, what's good, my brother? AK Love in the building. Nola gun guy. Fat guy with guns up in here. Mr. Indiana Jackson, how are you, sir? Tech Money, what's good? Javon's Martin Silverback. Tribe of Kings. One in the Chinamba. What's going on, brother? Ramsey Jizzle. Bougie Prepper, what's good? What's good? I appreciate y'all checking in as usual. If you don't mind on your way in, smash the like button for your boy. That'll be amazing. Von Will, what's good? What's good? What's good? Black Sheep. Day One. Hooper. Man, I'm good, brother. Just blessed to be here, man. I'm chilling. We got a dope live plan for the night, so we're gonna let some people get in here. Mad Shad, what's cracking? You said greetings from Erie Coast. I'm gonna guess that mean east, and if it don't, tell me where the Erie Coast at. That's sound like a nice place though. I don't know if it's me. Okay, it's moving. I thought the chat was just like freezing. OG Deuce Dollar, what's good? Jason, you good? The Ewings are in the building. Tap in. What's going on, brother? Ain't nothing to it. Listen. So before I get going, let me go ahead and pay the bills early. Some way, somehow. Roadblock, what's up? Man, I want to speak to you, bro, but I can't. I don't know how to say it. I see Jackpot though. If you haven't had a chance already, make sure you click on the link. We're gonna get the link out there in the chat and go vote for this year's RGAs, regular GunTube Awards. If you haven't gotten your tickets to a regular meetup yet, I suggest you do it soon because they starting to disappear. Joseph Harris, what's good? All right. The last I heard, I know the hosting hotel is sold out. The second hotel may be sold out by now. I'm not sure, but I know it's close. I know it's getting there. Y Crew is good. So, by all means, if y'all haven't had a chance to do that, please do go and check that stuff out. What else I got going on? I think that's it for the most part. We got a dope guest coming on tonight. Y'all don't understand what I had to go through to get this young lady to come through this channel. It was tough. I be telling these stories like they really, like I had to really go through a whole bunch of stuff. But I hope y'all believe it. Let me go find the big fella. Hey, what's up, man?
What up, man?
Charles Henry, what's good? You're not asleep, are you?
Nah, I'm wide awake, bro.
How was your day out there in Ohio, man?
Good. Can't complain, Can't complain.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything good.
You staying out of trouble?
Yeah, I'm trying. You know how it is.
Kenny Loves Guns, what's up, man? Howard Jizzle, what's going on? Try to let some people get in here, man. We're gonna.
What up, Kenny?
Let everybody make their way in, and then we're gonna bring on our guest. And we're gonna have some fun. And we're gonna talk Legion Precision. Well, I be daggone. How are you?
What up, STD? Tribe of Kings.
So I see a few of my Atlanta brothers in here.
Mm-hmm.
Ironic. It ain't ironic. They be in here all the time.
What up, KO?
Shout out to him.
Nola, what up?
Nola in this joint. Cali boy, what's good?
ATL, shout out.
Bro, you ready for the meetup?
Cali boy.
You think you ready? You ready for the meetup?
Who, me?
Yeah, you, fool.
Oh,
Cabo,
yeah.
what's good?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. What up, Cabo?
Cop in the building.
Sneak is creeping up on us. What up, Ken?
Mad Shad, what's up?
Yeah,
I guess I was late. Everybody else running a little behind. We're gonna get it cracking. But listen, bro. So while we wait on a few more people to come in, I'm not gonna hold it up too much longer before we get our guests. But you know, every time we have a guest that's like out of Georgia, we always have to wait on them. You ever notice that? Every Georgia guest, you got to go find them. You got to call them. You got to do all types of stuff.
What up, Coy? King of the
Never know where they at.
Sophia, such a pretty name.
No, but we got a dope topic tonight, man. You know, do you know that? So you hear about it often. What's your take on it? Before we even bring our guests in and get talking about it, I'd like to know your take. The importance of our women being armed and trained up and it's really busting a move.
Extremely important. Extremely important.
It is, right? But how many times do we hear, like,
Rodney?
You know, man, I don't know. My wife don't shoot.
Yeah, a lot. I mean,
or they scared. She don't like guns or this and that. You know,
you
get that a lot. I mean, I was one of the guys saying that.
I'm still one of those guys.
Yeah, well, I graduated a little bit. But New York City, what's good? You see, Choice family. He say it's mandatory that I want to shoot.
I agree.
Yeah, man. I mean, I couldn't agree more. So what do you do though?
What up, real deal? I think you just keep trying to
remember our Detroit brethren. So his story was funny.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to the wife, teach her how to shoot, or you talk to her about shooting, get her right, buy a firearm,
right,
do the whole 9, and then you come home and try to scare her by mistake, and she go grab a broom. Don't even go get the gun. Go get the broom.
What up, Q?
Something about Sophia, refrigerator Q, real deal, fam
out there. What up, fam?
What's going on, chap? He said whatever tools she need. You know, I'm gonna save some of my interesting questions because our guest tonight. So, how many of y'all are familiar with Mrs. Tig, who is my sister's keeper defense? Because she's a special guest tonight. But here go the thing, though. Remember, I was telling you this story. She probably don't know this, but I'm gonna tell her.
What up, Carlos?
She'll know it now if she's listening. That when I was doing this live, and as the live started to gain a little bit more popularity, and people would, email me or DM me and say, you need to get Tig on the live. You should get Tig on your live. And I used to be like, who is that? That was my fault because I was newer to the industry, bro. I didn't know. What do you mean? Like, and then you would always hear it. Like, it'd be like, and she was probably one of the most requested people to get on the live. So then this is the story that I was almost embarrassed about. So one day I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna find out who it is. I'm gonna reach out to her. And I reached out. That was like a year ago. She ain't never responded to me, y'all. She was too busy. She was like,
what up, Biggs?
I don't know who the hell that is trying to get me on their show, but I'm not going. All right, so that happened, but don't tell I told y'all that story. Biggs, what's good? What's good? What's good? Same OG. What's popping, brother? Hey, we finna get this thing started though. But if y'all got any questions, I try to respect everybody's time to come through. Get your questions together, man, because I think that this is really dope. Hey, fellas, this is not like the gun addiction live we do where you try to go in the other room so your wife don't hear it. This is actually a dope live that you probably want your wife to hear. We need them in the room now so that they can get some of this information that I know is gonna be powerful, and hopefully, it'll resonate, and we'll get some more of our sisters out here shooting. All right, not just shooting, but just defending themselves and and the whole 9 yards. But we'll get into that.
Learning.
How many likes we got, Zach?
I know it ain't enough.
Hit the like button for
21.
the ladies.
21 is what I see.
What?
I see
Oh,
21. No, I see
you need to refresh your screen. Ain't nowhere in the hell.
I'm gonna refresh. Let's see.
Make me start. I don't even be. I be cussing, but I don't be cussing on live.
All right, 51.
Okay, I was gonna say, but that's just the YouTube broke. We got 20 likes. But if y'all don't mind, I'm asking, just hit the like button for me. You know, let's make it shake.
What up, Clint Eastwood? You can't. I mean, that's on you, bro.
What happened?
He say he don't like Kennex. That's all.
What the heck? Who was that? Soul?
No, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood, what's good, man?
It was a soul moment. Yeah, it was a soul moment. I don't know.
Everybody take a second out to hit the like button once we get close, because we over 100 now. But when we over 100 people, we need to get close to 100 likes. I'm gonna trust that the other likes will come in. But let's show some love for our guests. Let's hit the like button for the guests if you don't want to do it for me tonight.
Come on, y'all.
Lewis Neely, what's good? Nothing empowers women more than training and shooting. You know, I love to look at the comments.
Mm-hmm.
It's always interesting. Now, so for instance, so my wife did a YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing though. She's kind of shy. She ain't really know I'm gonna jump in the camera, talk to everybody, do none of that, right? It's not a thing. However, like I say, I always tell at some point you may have to explain something. Right. You may have to talk a little bit. But let me tell you what gets me. Sometimes you'll get guys that'll go on to the videos and they'll say real weird stuff. Not weird as in like, weird, but weird like well, that wasn't a really good group, or you should do this different, or as opposed to encouraging, and then that's when the West Side come out. And I'd be like, just ignore it. No, hell no, we think talk to you, then it go there. But
right.
I just wonder why a lot of times people don't just try to encourage a little bit more. So if I saw something, me personally, I'm just not, I usually don't say nothing, but I'd rather not say nothing at all if you got to say something negative.
Usually it's guys who aren't really secure in themselves. It's called projection.
Wait, what's the word again? Help me.
Projection.
All right.
They take the thing that they
hey,
themselves.
I'm gonna ask you. I hate to cut you off, bro. My bad, but I need to tell you this. Try not to use none of them words tonight. Wow, don't embarrass me. I don't be knowing what all them words mean.
Okay, what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, you bring guests on and y'all be on the Roadblock got it bad. Y'all be want to use these long words.
See, Roblox said exactly. See, it's Kabuto. Understand?
All right, how we looking on the likes, man? We finna get this party started.
Right now, we are at. Let me refresh real quick to make sure I give you the right number. We are at 70.
70. I'm gonna trust that everybody's gonna hit the like button. I hope my guest ready. Matter of fact, I think we was waiting on her all this time. We was ready. She wasn't. So now we're gonna go ahead on and make it happen. Can you post Miss Shot Shooter's YouTube out there as well?
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab it real quick.
Thank you, man. ATMJ, what's good, man? Listen, we're finna get this party started. I'm about to introduce my guests, y'all. Come with the questions, because I will. Siege in the building. What's good, Siege?
Hey, Siege.
We're finna make this happen, though. Y'all ready?
Let's
go. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Anybody want to play bingo this weekend? Now that was random, wasn't it?
No, that was real random.
Hey, y'all hit the like button for me, though. We finna get this thing popping, though.
GG.
Yeah, right. Yo, what's up, Tig? How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. So, first of all, I appreciate you coming through. I just tried to catch you off guard. I do that to people. Like, I try to catch them looking down, and I bring them on camera real quick. It didn't work. You got good reflexes. Situational awareness. Is that what they call that?
That is, yes.
How's everything though?
Everything is going well. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
So I gotta say this. It was nice to finally meet you. I told my story already. I really don't want to repeat it again because it's a little embarrassing. Because people have been trying to get me to get you to come through the show and chop it up. Because you're doing some big things down there. So for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do. What is Mysisterskeeper Defense?
So I'm a firearm instructor. I own Mysisterskeeper Defense, and I've been traveling and teaching women's handgun classes since 2017, I believe. And I have events. I created National Range Day, Iron Sharpens Iron. I have my women's self-defense retreats. I partner with a lot of brands, USCCA, Smith & Wesson, Trigicon, Streamlight, Voltec, a lot of different brands, just trying to educate more women and bring them good quality products and good quality education.
Yeah, I felt like you read that. Y'all hiring?
Oh, we are always hiring RSOs. Definitely.
Out there working. That is super dope. And where you located at?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. All right. So I mean, it's almost like I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. So I'm gonna ask some weird questions, and a lot of people may know the answer to this and some won't. But my thing is, and it's gonna sound a little cliche, but what was your introduction to firearms? Like, because I don't know, like with women in firearms, just always, it's natural now, but typically it's not the same thing. It's a male dominated industry, obviously. What was your introduction, first of all?
Well, my first introduction to firearms was in the military. I was in the Army National Guard, and I joined.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I joined right out of high school, and I had never, seen a firearm in real life, touched a firearm. Our parents kept them away from us. But my first experience was in 2009, shooting, my M16 in basic training.
And you got the bug from there, or did it happen after the military?
No, it happened later. I mean, throughout my years in the military, I was, pretty decent with my M16. I got top shot of my company a couple of times, but it wasn't an interest. It was just something I had to do. And then I deployed, and I had to, as a part of my job at Intel, we carried concealed, like wearing civilian clothes overseas. So that's when I got my first experience shooting a handgun. I shot the M9, and I hated it, still hate it. But yeah, so I wasn't bitten immediately. It was just something I had to do.
Interesting. So you because my introduction to firearms is a little different, but that's neither here nor there. It's not about me tonight. When you got out the military, I guess, or did you start thinking about like training sisters and bringing them all up to speed after the military? Like what was the thing that made you say, man, we got to get our sisters right. We got to get everybody on board.
Yeah, so I was getting out, and for most of you, who don't know, in the National Guard, you can be activated. So for a lot of those years, I was active guard, and then I went to just regular, 1 week in a month. So as my full-time job, I ended up working at a gun range just because my buddy who was in the military was the manager of the range, and I just needed a job real bad. And I started working at the range full-time, and that's when I was like, okay, these women are coming specifically, like they would find out what days I had to work to come specifically take lessons and shoot while I was there working. And, I just realized, okay, this is something important. They're specifically looking for a Black woman firearm instructor. So the range paid for me to get my instructor certification and RSO certs. And that's when I realized, like, I have to do this full time.
This story is getting better and better. Because you do some big stuff. Like, so for me, when I came on the social media a couple years ago, I was kind of green to who's who and what was what. And then the longer I've been around, obviously, it's a small industry. As big as it is, it's rather small. So you start to meet people and see people. But you do some like big stuff. Like I even watch where you do the retreats. And I thought that was super interesting. And I didn't forget the firearm part. I saw women changing tires, checking oil. I mean, this is like real lifestyle stuff. Like, how often do you do this type of stuff? And if women that didn't know, you know what I mean, about you, and they wanted to get involved, or they wanted to get in one of your programs or one of your retreats, what do they have to do? Because I know how difficult it was for me to get you on this live, so I'm wondering how hard it is for them.
But yeah, so getting into the retreat is easy. On my website is mysisterskeeperdefense.com. You can go and see both retreats. We have both a women only and a co-ed retreat right now. And the retreats I started in 2021 is when the idea was born, just kind of randomly. And then we did our first retreat in 2022. So we had 3 retreats last year. We just had the 4th one this past weekend. We have retreat number 5 coming up June 23rd through 25th of this summer. And then the co-ed retreat is July 15th through the 17th.
June 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Funny you say that. Because I was wondering, maybe June 16th, 17th, if you wasn't tied up, you slide down to South Georgia to my event, hang out with us.
What event are you having?
Oh, Lord. You're not promoting good enough. How the hell something almost sold out and she don't know?
Right.
So look, I'm on this is my 3rd year doing a regular meetup. And we call it a regular meetup. Basically what it is it's something that's set up for the supporters, for people that support us as content creators. And we give them the opportunity to come out and we hang out. They get to shoot, a bunch of different firearms. It's like, I call it the 2A family reunion. So I did it in Houston a couple years ago, just as a word of mouth thing. We just talked about it. A fella from Nashville told me I should do that so people could meet you in person. We tried it. It was about 70, 80 people came out there. It was dope. I decided to do it again last year. I'm trying to say this as fast as I can. We went to Nashville, Tennessee, sold the thing out. Like when I did ticket sales, as soon as the tickets went on sale, they were sold out like within minutes because people heard about the previous. So we went out to Lenny McGill, who owns the Glock store out there. We used his gun range in Nashville, and then we started the regular GunTube Awards. See, you probably ain't heard of that either, and
I haven't.
This is unbelievable, but you heard of it now. So the regular GunTube Awards stem from the Gundies having their award show, and a year ago they had no black nominees, which kind of irritated me. So I was Tactical Tangerine, and she was on the live with me, and she mentioned it. She goes, I'm looking at these nominees, and they don't have any of us. Like, nobody's nominated. She's like, one day we should just do our own award show. And I was like, well, say no more, say less. So we added that to the Nashville event. Went over well. We had everybody come in dressed up. There's a lot of content out there on this. So it went over well. So now we're on year 3. We're coming down to South Georgia. We're going to be in Thomasville. We're actually having a women's conference. That's what made me ask you that, because you do these women retreats and all that. I think it'd be great to have you involved in the women's conference. We're going to do that on Friday morning. So it's going to be Friday and Saturday, 16th, 17th. Friday morning, we're doing a women's conference. That evening, we'll do a meet and greet when everybody's coming in town. We all hang out. We have a hosting hotel, which we rented the entire hotel. So we got the hotel from top to bottom. It's ours, conference room, banquet hall, the whole 9 yards. Saturday morning, we do our official range day. Saturday night, we do the regular GunTube Awards. Concert by Twister going on, and then after party. So that's the regular meetup in a nutshell. But it's pretty dope. It's becoming a pretty popular event. It's probably 75, 80% sold out now, and we still 5 months out. So it's going to be a ton of people there. It'll be a lot of fun. I think, if you guys are free, come on down.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. I'll put it on don't let me forget. I have very short-term memory loss issues, but I'll put it on my calendar. Somebody remind me in the comments.
They ain't gonna make it, Zach. Anytime somebody say I'll put it on my calendar.
I'm gonna do it right now.
When I tell people that I don't never show up, let's remind me. I'm gonna.
The 16th.
No, I'm just. It'd be great if you could make it though.
Yeah, June 16, 17.
All right, I'm adding it right now.
I was like, I'm gonna have to send her a DM every week. But you forget.
So I think it'll be awesome to get you out there. We're trying to. I'll have to tell you about it a little later. We're trying to get one particular company to get involved in the women's conference. I think it'll be huge with some other stuff they got going on. But we'll talk about that later. So I want to get more into
Where you been? What
do
up?
you mostly work with people in the Atlanta area? But you say you do a lot of traveling as well. So
Yeah.
what does it take if say I'm in Chicago and we had a group of ladies, maybe I get my wife, some of her friends, and some people that want to get you to come and train them. What would it take to do that? Well, wherever we at, New York, wherever people at. Oh, that's a bag, ain't it? That was the damn.
The bag pause.
I gotta start. I told you I'm terrible at interviews. That was a terrible question because that's
No, it's not. So the thing is, I spent my first 2 years of business, 2017 and 2018, traveling. I was on the road. I hit 21 cities, and Chicago was one of them. So I've taught there before: Jersey, Dallas, LA, Sacramento, Miami. Like I've literally went everywhere. Well, not literally, but I went to a lot of places, and I learned a lot of things. But the difficulty for me now is that I have a team and a home range, and I have all my gear, and I have everything situated.
okay.
If I could fall into that stuff in a different place without having to do the legwork of finding the range and doing that negotiation and stuff, then it's easy. It's just when people ask me to come to different places, usually it's more of a task for me that's outside of my scope of what I'm currently working on.
No, that make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But let me rewind a little bit. You got your own range?
So I don't have my own range. I have a home range. So
Home range. I thought
right.
you see when you said home. See, here goes Chicago public schools again. See, when you said home range, I'm like I'm at home with a range. Like this is it just got real in the chat right now, y'all. But no, I get what you're saying. So and you're based out of Atlanta.
Yes. Okay. So recently, and I've been fortunate enough to have ladies travel from all across the country to come to my classes and my events. Like every class, we have someone from some other state. They drive down from New York. They fly from. We had a lady from Washington State. We just have a lot of people come to me now, and I think that's a privilege and an honor, really, to have people invest that kind of time and money to come see me. But I've worked hard to get to that point where people would see the value in coming to me.
No, I get it. So Miss Siege, who I have so much respect for, she's a really dope lady. She said, ask her about the clothing line. What is that?
Oh, concealment apparel. So that company I am no longer a part of. It was sold. So I don't have my own concealment apparel anymore. But I am an ambassador for Comfort Concealment, where I just posted the video where I'm showing the concealment belt, and I have a lot of partnerships with holster companies. So that's where we are.
Okay. Well, let me get that off the screen. And we ain't promoting their brand no more. All right. What else? I mean, I had like a million questions that I wanted to ask. So I want to get to the topic of the actual live. And talking about like how do you approach women that have that stigma of being afraid of firearms? And have you ever ran into a situation where maybe somebody was just so afraid of firearms? Is there an alternative for those people? Maybe some, other way of protecting themselves versus a firearm because they're just so terrified? Or are you able to usually comfort them and get them to, try it out, for lack of a better term?
Yeah. So, I mean, when they get to me, because I'm not someone who tries to influence people to become gun owners or take classes, if I'm meeting someone in person, they've already made the decision to spend the money to take a class. So they've invested money into this thing already. So when they get to me, they've decided, I want to do this. Okay. Now, I have maybe one side of like 6,000 students had a lady, who decided, I just don't want to shoot at all. Like, I'm not even going into the range. And that's okay. And we respect that. But typically the nervous ladies that I have, I've spent so many years working on how to handle that and working with therapists and making sure I'm using the right type of verbiage and we're giving consent and giving the power back to the student so they can make the decision for themselves. They don't feel like they're forced to do anything. They know they're in control. I work so hard that, at the bare minimum, on a couple of occasions, the really terrified ladies, they at least take one shot. And every single time, though, it's been perfect. The crazy thing is, and they're proud, they're happy. Like, at least I did it this one time. And then maybe I can work my way up to next time when I come back shooting a little bit more. And we just take baby steps with the ladies.
That's pretty awesome. How long are these retreats?
So the retreats are 3 days. So it's very intense 3 day training. It's fun. There's sisterhood. There's a bond there. I enjoy the retreats because I'm able to pour into these ladies more than I can in just a 3 hour class. Over 3 days, we really bond. Some of these ladies are my sisters. We hang out outside of gun stuff now, and we're actual friends in real life. So the 3 days cover so much, like vehicle maintenance. I teach them how to check oil, how to change a tire. We teach them situational awareness. We teach them emergency preparedness and how to build a go bag. Of course, we cover firearm safety and fundamentals, but that's not the focus. We also teach stop the bleed, first aid, resilience through candle making. We want to pack in as many experiences in the 3 days as we can to make sure these ladies leave knowing that they are in charge of their own safety, which includes knowing basic life skills. If you're stranded on the side of the road and it's dark and you don't have phone service, you're not safe. So before we even get to the gun, I want them to be able to remove themselves from a situation where they would even need to defend themselves in the first place.
Deep. That was real deep. Now, I didn't want to ask this, but I have to, because I know I'm not the only one thinking this question. How much is a retreat? Some of us might want to send our wives in one of these retreats. What? Go ahead. I didn't want to ask it, but I did.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's very inexpensive. So if you're not requesting or requiring lodging, meaning you're going to stay in a hotel or you're local to Atlanta, it's only $350. So for 3 days of training with a gift bag, a t-shirt, all training materials, ammo, gear, like everything included, it's really a steal. And I try to price it low because I know there's people who need it, who couldn't afford, where it should be valued around $1,500, $1,600, right? People can't afford that. And I realize that. I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this to reach my people.
This is a great price.
That is a great price. Zach.
Yeah.
Send me $350, bro. Look out for your boy, man. We're gonna get some women signed up. So when is the next retreat?
June 23rd through 25th.
That's crazy too, because we're gonna already be in Georgia.
Yeah.
Might just send my wife right to the retreat. We ain't gotta leave the state. That'll be dope. So this is gonna get good. Have you ever been in a situation where all of this hard work and all of this knowledge, where you've had to actually, get down in some action, like you ran into some real world situations that requires you to have to use your skill set?
I would say I've never had to use my firearm ever to defend myself. So there have been scenarios where I could have used my firearm, but because I've learned de-escalation tactics, I was able to de-escalate the situation before it got to that point, and then using situational awareness to catch it way ahead of time. But I can kind of see what's going to happen, in the two instances that I'm thinking of. Had I let it escalate, it would have ended with someone having to use the firearm. But I don't ever want to have to use my firearm. I know how to use it. I'm pretty proficient. But that's not my biggest fear. That would be a very bad day for me. I don't want to take someone's life, even if it's in self-defense. I don't want to have to or be put in a position to do that. I will if I have to, but there's so many other ways that I feel like in those scenarios, I could avoid it. And I just want to go home. Like, I don't want the trauma. I don't want to have to give a statement to police. I don't want my guns confiscated. They cost a lot. I don't want to go through any of that. I just want to go home.
Yeah. Now,
sound like she subscribed to GOTW.
Yeah. That's my thing. We about to start a company, Just get out the way. That's my whole thing. Get home safe.
Right.
Get out the way. Been through too much, seen too much. I like that. De-escalation skills.
Yep.
Zach, you need that. I be having to talk you down all the time, bro. He got an attitude problem.
Oh no.
But outside of that, so now I'm gonna ask you some questions that's a little bit away from training.
Mm-hmm.
And this just happens when you come in my live. I have to know. I want to ask you, and I kind of heard you speak on this before because I was watching you on Instagram, and you were talking about you don't buy firearms just to buy them. Mm-hmm. All of them have a purpose. So it's fair to say you're not a gun snob. I'll answer that for you. You're not a snob. I ask everybody this. Is there a brand or a gun that we about to, hey, listen, we got to do what we got to do. We in the business. Is there a gun or a brand that you'll say, do not buy that?
Yeah, there are several.
Party time. Zach, sit up.
Yeah, I'm okay. Let's see.
Watch this. Give me 3 brands that you're going to tell the people in your class, girl, stay away from that. And then I want you to tell me why.
So there's a reason why I don't name brands. And the reason being, I don't name those brands. What I do instead of saying stay away from this is these are my list of recommended firearms. So because a lot of my students own those brands. And the thing is, we talk about sending help, and if you see someone doing something wrong or you have feedback, just reach out and give a hand. If I say, or if I keep publicly saying, hey, don't buy these types of guns, and that woman who owns that gun currently sees that, immediately she feels bad. She may feel like she's not welcome in my classes and that my page is not for her because she has that type of firearm that I wouldn't recommend.
Say it again.
I don't want to alienate anyone. I don't want anyone to feel bad. You don't know what you don't know. And I've made mistakes and I've made poor decisions as a gun owner without just not knowing. And everyone else does too. So instead, I will say one of my favorite brands that I do recommend, especially for my new women students, of course, Smith & Wesson.
Damn it, I was going to write it down before you said it because I felt it coming, but go ahead.
Yes, Smith & Wesson. And I'm not saying this because I'm a brand ambassador. I was pushing, the easy for a lot of my ladies who have hand strength issues. I know a lot of us in the industry who don't have that issue are like, I'm not a fan of the easy or the grip safety, but you got to meet people where they are. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if she's going to have something and that something is the only thing she knows how to rack the slide on, then have that. I'd rather you have that than nothing. So I try not to brand shame. I just try to put out good information and just meet people where they are. If that's all you got or if that's all you can afford, I'm going to teach you how to use what you have. And here's my list of recommended firearms.
She talking right, man.
She said a lot. She said a lot. Right. And I'll be trying to say that same stuff. It just don't come out right. So what you just said is what I be saying, but I say it a little different. So somebody like there's some firearms out there that we know of that could be very inexpensive. They may be visually appealing, and women will go buy them because they go in the store like, man, I could buy this right now. It's a couple $100, XYZ. Right. And then you're gonna get the naysayers that's gonna be like, why the hell would you buy that? Them things don't run, they jam, they break, they do this, they do that. And then I always ask this weird question to the naysayers, to people that may brand shame or talk bad about these firearms. And they say it's like an unrealistic question. You let me know if it's unrealistic. I say to them, if you think the gun doesn't work, or you think there's a really like an issue with it and people shouldn't buy it, they shouldn't carry it, would you be willing to stand in front of it while this person shot this gun that you say don't work?
Right.
And then, then they look at me, why would you ask me that? Well, why would you shame the firearm? Like, it's not about selling those brands, but if somebody has that and then you say that brand is trash, and somebody just went out and spent their last $230 on that gun. Right. Now what they supposed to do? So, you're right. You just said it a lot better than I did. If you don't mind me using that sound bit right there, I definitely need it because I say it all messed up, Now, Smith & Wesson. I guess I'll go ahead and let you off the hook since we ain't gonna brand shame. Give me a couple more brands that you would recommend.
So I'm a huge fan of SIG. SIG is a great quality brand. The reason why I didn't reach out to SIG to partner with them is because for my students specifically, they're looking for concealed carry firearms. SIG has 100 versions of 365. They're great, but I like to give variety. I like to give people options, different sizes, yada, yada, yada. And most of the women that I'm teaching aren't going to go carry the 320. They're not buying a 229, 226. They're not investing this money in this big, heavy firearm that they're not going to conceal carry. So I love SIG. They're great for me. I own a bunch of them. But, that's why I didn't partner with them. People ask me that all the time, by the way, because I was a huge SIG fan. And then before that, it was Glock. I still bunch of Glocks. Glock is a great brand. It works for a lot of people. They have a lot of variety. The reason why I didn't reach out to them for a partnership is one, it's dang near impossible. But then two, they don't have firearms with external thumb safeties. I'm not a fan of external thumb safeties, but my students are, and you got to meet people where they are. So, that's kind of how I made my decision. There are some other brands like the Canic. I like the Rival. I don't own one. I'm probably not going to buy one. I like the trigger. It's a great straight out the box trigger, but it's a cheap competition gun, basically. And I don't have any practical use for a competition firearm. Like I said, like you said, that you heard me say, all my firearms are either for concealed carry specifically, home defense specifically, or to teach my students on.
Zach, you anything you need to say about Canic? Or
She said it was. Listen. I'm a Canic king. So she said it was a good gun. It is a good gun, and that's what she said. And she doesn't have a use for it. I totally understand. Great explanation.
So, all right. So you just said some stuff. Now, me, it gets to a point where, and you tell me if you believe this, that when you say about all my guns that they all have a practical use. But I feel like in my life, my priorities messed up now after you just said this, because I have a lot of firearms that may just not have practical use, because I feel like I got the bug, where you got what you need.
Yeah.
And the way that I justify it is I just don't Cerakote the guns that I feel like are for my defense. Like these are defensive guns. I carry this. This is for the crib. This is how I'm defending it. Now everything else, this is a sport. Well, you gonna say people there's no practical use for the competition guns. I may want to shoot competition one day, so I have a few competitions.
There you go. That worked.
I got a couple rich friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to fit in. I can't be rich. You just can't wake up and be rich, but you can feel more comfortable around them when you're around them.
You manifest wealth. There you go. Manifest. You got it.
Yeah, I got to use that because
imagine
when I go to the gun range and I'm standing next to Twister and he opened his case and then I open my case and then I close my case back and say, we'll just use your case. It's a weird feeling. So it makes you want to go out and have a few nice things. So you telling me you don't see any of the, first of all, wait a minute. Let me stop myself. I'm talking too fast because you said some stuff that bothered me a little bit in an interesting way. You got to be plugged when you say something like, yeah, I like SIG, but I didn't partner with them because they didn't have XYZ or Smith & Wesson's a better fit. The fact that you say you didn't partner with them tells me I got a lot of work to do. Like you got real options out here. Like me, I'd be flattered to have you guys partner with me. You're just like, I just decided not to partner with them. I'll just go this way. Well, I can't wait. Another couple of years, I'm gonna be turning SIG down to everybody else.
Right.
No, y'all, you don't fit with my agenda right.
Hard work, man. Hard work, networking, right time, right place. A lot of quid pro quo. Like, there's a lot of people who've done.
Hold on, Tig. Stop.
You have to explain to him quid pro quo.
No, you cannot use words like that on this. What did you just say?
You have to explain to him.
It's like I scratch back, you scratch mine. So it's people who like.
Now, I understand that, but what's the other way to say it? Because I might want to use it later.
Quid pro quo.
Text me that, Zach. I'm using that.
God, hilarious.
I'm using that. Quid. What? Say it. Well, I'm sorry, Tig. Could you say it one more time? I don't mean to waste your time, but I need this. I need this one.
Oh, it's quid pro quo.
Quid pro quo.
Yes.
Got it. That's in my vocabulary now. That means scratch your back. All right. So we're gonna keep this thing moving. I hope I taught y'all something too. Whoever didn't know it. All right. And please, fellas, don't y'all be acting like I'm a dummy or something. Y'all didn't know either. This is why I stop people when they say stuff like this to help everybody out. This is me doing this for the community, not for myself.
They didn't know.
They didn't know. They were trying to act like they knew. Look at 2A in LA. Come on, man. You're supposed to know what that means. So no, what I was gonna ask you though. So you don't come on now. You don't never like be like, man, I like that staccato. That's dope. I didn't mean to bring up the name, but that's a brand that we look at and be like, that's a dope gun. You don't like the 2011s or just maybe to have one. I mean, apparently, you got the bag. We got 50, 60 people. I mean, I ain't gonna even do the math, but we can do it. It's no problem to get it if we want it. So what I'm saying is, you don't never. It's just not your thing.
No, I mean, everything I have is like, I'm a practical person in all means of life, not just with firearms. I'm very practical with my money. I spend money on experiences, worldly possessions. People don't know, like, people who know me in real life, though, I've lost it all and got it back like 3-4 times. You know what I mean? Like, I've been homeless before. I've been negative account balances. People see Tig here. Tig was not always here. You know what I mean? I've struggled, and it's just a part of life going through those things. But the one thing I remember when I had $0 and was living in my car was, man, I remember that one experience I had, or that one vacation, or that trip, or hanging out with my friends on the couch watching TV, like just the things that mattered. And all the things I lost, the worldly possessions I lost, I wasn't missing them. I wasn't like, man, I really miss that espresso machine I used to have. I wasn't thinking about that shit. You know what I mean? When I was homeless, I was thinking about, man, I miss hanging out with my friends and having a space where I could do that. So me personally, a staccato sounds like 2-3 vacations is what it sounds like to me. 2-3 big experiences that I can.
You hear that, you staccato owners out there?
Oh boy.
2-3 vacations. You could have went to Florida, New York, and you out here with staccatos.
You could go out the country. I spent $600 going to Cuba, and I was there for a week. DR, same thing. Where we just go? El Salvador.
Hold on. You talking? You that was $600.
She took my passport.
She knows something. You got to know somebody.
No, I know. I'm a queen. I know how to try. You know how to make that money stretch. Okay, I came from not a lot.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got to do it. You. Tig out here coupon and airline ticket.
Man, I tell you, I'm on Hopper, I'm on Skyscanner, I'm in the Black Travel Movement group on Facebook. I'm finding the deals. I'm seeing when it's cheapest to go. Yeah, I'm not playing.
Lady Wick, what's good?
What up, Lady Wick?
Girl there.
Pretty privileged don't count. I'm looking at these comments and they are wild.
Oh yeah. I try not to read the comments because it makes me laugh sometimes.
Keep it respectful. Keep it respectful.
Somebody being disrespectful, I kick them all out.
I'm just letting them know. Keep it respectful. Don't make me have to put the hand.
I ain't got no problem kicking somebody out. But hold on. Let me. We're gonna do something here in a minute. I need to get myself together. I'll let you catch up on the comments real quick while I get myself together.
Hey, Dexter Pagans is in here. A lot of people don't know. So real quick.
Let me stop it.
No.
Go ahead.
Dexter Pagans is the reason. He don't like to accept this. He don't want to receive it. He's the reason I registered my business in 2016. Dexter Doc Pagans sent me $100 for my birthday, and I was flat broke. And I had to decide, man, this $100 I can use to buy groceries, or I can register this LLC and like post my classes and like start my business, like start the planning for it. So I ate ramen noodles for like 2 weeks instead of buying groceries, registered the LLC, and 2 months later was a full-time firearm instructor. Like,
wow.
So yeah, I give my flowers to Dexter Pagans. He don't like to receive it, but thank you, Doc, because had you not sent me that money, I probably would have never done it. It was perfect timing.
That's hey Doc, send me $100, man. I'm gonna go ahead on and get my stuff together. I got the LLC already.
Yeah.
I'm ready, man. I'll shout out to Doc. No, that's dope. That's a dope story, man. Give me a minute here. Let me see something.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 5 on the Fly, where we ask our guests 5 random questions with no right answer. So sit back and let's have some fun.
All right.
What's up, folks? What's going
on? Main man, my fly. Hey, what's up, Billy?
What it is? How you feeling?
How's everything?
Not too bad, man.
First, before you do anything, I want to introduce Tig to your hat.
Hey, Tig.
Hi.
You see what his hat say?
I like it.
Thank you.
You like that? You get it, right?
No.
I
like it. It got something to do with the staccato?
Something. And what you think the other one got something to do with?
I don't get Taurus, like a Taurus staccato.
Yeah, you got it.
I saw Ninja rig the gun. Oh,
he did. And she didn't mean to say ninja. He did exactly what you were thinking. That's exactly what he did to the gun. I don't understand to save my life, but that's what he did. But 5 on the fly. Let me get out the way.
That's all. Well, hello, Tig. How are you?
Doing great. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. So, what we do in this segment of the show is called Five on the Fly, where I ask you 5 questions. There's no right answer, no wrong answer, just your answer at the quickest pace that you can do it.
All right.
You ready?
Let's go.
Right.
All right.
Go.
Five
What we
on the
got?
fly.
What we
Here
got?
we go.
What we got?
All right. It's going to be some tough questions.
Yes. Make them tough.
Popeyes or Church's chicken?
Churches.
Ooh.
She said churches.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Churches.
She
Church.
Church.
Popeyes, so
Anytime.
not to be on my soapbox, but Popeyes just donated a bunch of money to that police facility in Atlanta that everyone is protesting. So y'all stop Popeyes because
don't say that.
Oh, for real?
Oh no, you can't eat Popeyes no more.
Man.
no more Popeyes.
All
Oh.
right.
Well,
You chose
All
churches over Popeyes, boy. Shout out to all the hoods across America. Go ahead.
Yeah.
this next one. Mary J. Blige or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't even be thinking about it.
Oh, she didn't even think
You
at
know what
all.
I mean?
I didn't think about it. I love Auntie Mary. I really do, and her boots and her blonde hair. But listen, Beyonce is mother. She is queen. I love Beyonce. I'm sorry. Make me wrong.
Let me tell you why I'm mad at Beyonce though. Before you ask the next question, Beyonce got she doing this tour,
Mhm.
and she coming to Chicago, and I'm looking at the news, and them people say the cheapest ticket is $1,500.
No, sir.
Boy, listen.
Sir.
I thought I heard the TV wrong. I had to go back and rewind it. Like, wait, did they say 15 or 1,500?
Stand outside the arena with your CD player on.
Oh,
Saturday.
no, go ahead.
Big honcho, terrible. All right. Toasted almond or strawberry shortcake?
Strawberry shortcake.
There you go. Good choice.
Yeah.
I go with that.
I would have went with strawberry
That was
shortcake
right.
too.
That was
Definitely.
That was
All right.
That Beyonce answer, that's an age thing.
I'm a one, baby. You're right. I'm young. I love Mary's music. I love the era, but I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Beyonce got it. Hey,
I
I
ain't here to
can't.
judge your teachers on this.
All right. Jordans or Air Force Ones?
Sound like you don't like neither.
Forces. I don't wear either of those.
Really?
Can we go Air Max? Harachis.
Harachi.
Oh,
Or Air Max.
wow.
Air Max. Harachis over Air Max?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never bought or worn Jordans. I've never bought or worn Air Forces. So
Never.
Hey, look at Lady Wiggle ghetto self talking about forces.
Yeah, right.
She's a little chick.
I got black
Forces,
ones too.
boy. Black ones too. That's
Black
what
on black joints.
Man. All right. So we'll skip that one.
okay.
We got 2 more questions.
Okay.
Let's get it. Come on, Billy, make it good. Make it
These two are near and dear to some hearts. Okay. The first one is Chicago pizza or New York pizza.
Come on, Tig, act right. If you're gonna be
Tig.
on this live, act right.
Hey,
That's
Tig.
all I'm gonna need you to do.
You look
New York.
amazing tonight.
New York. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn. Man, listen.
New York.
Damn.
Yeah, New York. New York.
Strong.
Great answer. Strong answer too. Great.
And I've done my research. I've eaten both. Ain't nothing about I'm sorry, New York.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
No
she
one
about-
no
she
damn
about to
upside
say-
down pizza.
Yeah, she's about to say ain't nothing about no Chicago pizza. She's about to say it too. She had to stop.
Oh man.
You know, both of them from New York.
Oh, really? I love the culture in New York. I was just up there a couple weeks ago. We were in Brooklyn. I like being up there, except for the fact that I can't have my guns. But I do truly enjoy, the idea of the city. Being in the city makes me a little anxious, like with all the people and stuff. But I like it. I like the vibes.
Yeah. Especially downtown Brooklyn. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. Yeah.
Did you know that was one of the worst answers I've ever heard?
Oh my
That was a
God.
great-
That was a long answer though. She didn't say shit about Chicago though.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, she ain't got
Nah,
nothing. She care about no
I've
Chicago
been a
pizza.
couple times, and maybe I went in the wrong time because I've taught classes and there's always something going on. So maybe I need to go in the summertime. It's just too damn cold up there. I mean, it's cold in New York too, but I'll suffer for the vibes.
Wow, she said she will suffer for the New York vibes. I hear you. I totally understand.
Go ahead, Billy. Go ahead, man. I'm all messed up now. I don't even know where to go from here. Go ahead.
So, all right. Well, anyway, the last question is probably the most vital question that you're going to answer tonight.
Okay.
But RGG is gonna ask you that question. Tig, you cool with me, no matter what you say after this moment.
Okay.
You cool.
And she in the South too, so this is good. Are you originally from Atlanta?
No, I was born in Florida, and I've lived all over the country and all over the world.
Okay. That's South. That's still the South.
South.
All right. So you eat grits?
Yeah, of course.
What you put on your grits?
What everybody else? Salt, cheese, butter.
Give me a fist bump.
There you go. That's how you do it right there.
Well, you redeemed yourself. You didn't.
Y'all put sugar in y'all grits?
You don't know.
Yeah, he does down there.
You don't know pizza, but you know grits. This is Billy. You hear that? She say, "What do everybody else do?"
Right.
See, I told you this.
Cheers.
I've never met anyone who actually put. I've heard about it on the internet, but I never known anyone who actually.
It's so weird. She never even met a person.
This worse than the Chicago, New York
in real life.
Wow.
In real life.
Oh, this is really a thing on this channel.
Hey.
Do you know?
Yes.
Do you know a dude came to the last meetup with a shirt that said "Sugar on Grits"?
Yes, he did.
This is a true story. This becomes a big conversation around here. So we ask everybody. But I'm glad you know how to eat your grits. That says a lot. That says a lot, man. Lord have mercy. If she would have said "Sugar on Grits" in New York pizza better than Chicago, both of them things. Last time you'd have seen us on the together. Tell you that.
Miss Indiana Jacksons, I'm with you there, young girl. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Butter and sugar all day. Come on now, Miss Indiana Jackson. You got to be.
All right, so here's the thing. But for me, it's first of all, take your fucking hand off the mouse.
No, I don't have a hand on the mouse.
All right. So for me, it's butter and sugar in the morning time, and then savory if I eat it for dinner with shrimp, cheese, pepper.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I eat my grits with shrimp or fish like normal people, or you know what I mean, or by itself.
Like normal people.
Normal people.
You hear what she's saying, man?
People, Billy.
Like she really dissed you right there.
Man, she just did a low key. I like how she did that. Like,
but in the morning, though, eating it with sugar, I guess that because I can't imagine shrimp and grits with sugar. That's nasty.
No.
But if
you eat it both ways, that's fair.
But you're supposed to have cream of wheat. If you want to put
sugar,
don't
tell them that's fair. Sugar do not go on grits. If it did, they would sell it like that in the store.
Right.
You got butter flavored grits. You get the bacon in the grits. You get all of that. They do not sell sugar for grits.
We're not going to continue that argument. Milk goes in cereal, but they don't sell it like that in the store. They sell it by itself. You make your own decisions.
That's a terrible decision you're making.
Right. That's
okay. I think everyone should be able to like what they like, and that's none of my business. It don't affect me at all.
She be having all the right answers. She got them.
There she go.
Yeah, you gotta make. You don't gotta try to make
them political answers. I think
let him feel bad about himself. He let them sugar on the grits. Don't let him feel bad.
Not blurry.
It's okay.
Yeah, it keeps. There you go.
There I go. These answers messing up my camera, man.
She said it's okay.
Are hilarious.
So somebody said the other night, I want to know if you agree with this, that the females naturally are better shooters than men. Do you believe that? Or better, was it better shooters or better students? How was that?
It was both. It was better students and better shooters.
Yeah, I would say women are better students, not necessarily shooters, but I think there's two different kinds of women though. Like once they get over the fear, then they can be great. They can be just as great as a man, but men are socialized to pay attention to firearms. So I can take a man off the street who's never shot a gun ever in life. And he may get some things wrong, but I can ask him, hey, tell me the names of the parts of the firearm. Tell me the nomenclature. And because men are socialized to pay attention to that stuff, he would know.
You got to back that one up.
You got to back that up.
No, listen, hear me out. Because I've done this before. I did an experiment. Like he would know certain things that women, we don't pay attention to. Like if I'm watching an action movie with my boyfriend, he's paying attention to the type of gun, the amount of shots, the blah, blah. He's paying attention to the gun stuff. I'm looking at the action or the actor. You know what I mean? I'm not paying attention to that shit. So women, if they have a good instructor, can be great after they get over the fear, because women need to be told those specific, like what's a front sight. And I've been to men's classes where they don't specifically break it down Barney style and say, this is the front sight, this is the slide, this is, et cetera, et cetera.
So Tig, do you think that men obsess more, which, makes the rabbit hole deeper in a sense.
Obsess about what?
Gun.
About, you know, once they find out about guns, then it's like they really want to dig in, just like opening an engine, you know. And then women learn how to shoot, and they're like, "Oh, this was fun," and then that's kind of the level they stay at most part.
I definitely see that. And again, I think it comes down to socialization. Men are socialized to be the protector. You guys have to be the person. It just, people assume y'all know gun stuff and you're the, you know, the person that's going to do it. So once, usually my male students, they come in and they learn about firearms, and they're like, okay, now that I've been introduced to this, I have to take it serious because I have all these people in my life that I'm supposed to be protecting. And basically, like, I got to catch up. I gotta be that guy.
So if you don't mind, we're going to rewind about 2.5
I'm trying to find out who is nomenclature. Who is that guy?
You have to break that down for him.
Parts of a handgun nomenclature, what things are called.
Okay, all right, we doing good tonight. Squid, Quid, something, and Norman Clayton, whoever those guys are. Right. I'm just reading the chat, man. These guys out here wilding.
They're hilarious.
Everybody putting the word out here for me, you know, like.
He said, "You don't know Norman."
Hey, 2A and LA, I don't know him, man. I ain't know who she was talking about, man.
Wow.
With the last name Davis, any connection to the Bahamas?
I do have family members in the Bahamas, but their last name isn't Davis. They're family through marriage.
What the hell Davis got to do with the Bahamas? See, I learn something new every. Where the hell did that come from?
You must got people in the Bahamas named Davis. So yeah,
Mr. Wilk is Caribbean.
Yeah.
What did they say? You got people. I know people that named Jackson. Don't mean they from Gary, Indiana.
That would be nice.
That was weird. So I saw somebody comment out there earlier because you say you're not a gun snob or whatever. Let's talk accessories a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Red dot, iron sights.
Both. Okay. Why do we have to choose?
Ooh, that was a beast of an answer, right?
Yeah, you ain't gotta get all aggressive. I was trying to see which one you like, but no. So, and the reason I'm asking this, when it comes to red dots, how, I guess picky, or how, like, are you in the budget red dots? Because you're not into high-end firearms. How do you feel about the quality of your dot?
So I have Hollow Suns, and as soon as they send them, I will have a few more Trigicons. I think that depends on your budget and your lifestyle.
Y'all be acting like y'all don't be hearing the flex when she talks sometimes. As soon as they send them, go ahead.
But yeah, so I for my students just breaking into it, you know, I would consider Hollow Sun a budget dot. Anything below that, because I've had first world experience with them failing a lot, we're not gonna name those brands. I wouldn't use those brands. I wouldn't go lower than a Hollow Sun.
When you say lower than a Hollow Sun, does that mean price, or are we talking? Because see, it's almost impossible not to name another brand. I don't want you to do it. I get it, but I'm saying, like, when you say below a Hollow Sun, because that could be subjective, couldn't it?
It could be because there are some dots that are more expensive than Hollow Suns that are trash too. But yeah, so price doesn't always equate, you know, quality, but there just are some budget dots that I've seen fail. You might as well have not spent your money on it. Just stick with your irons or get something else.
Hey. Same OG say, I better flex them swamp foxes right now.
You better cover them jokers up.
Because listen, I'm gonna say the name. I've become a swamp fox fan.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I like Hollow Suns too. I mean, I used to have this whole thing filled up with boxes of Hollow Suns.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to become more and more experienced and get used to certain things. So I kind of know what I'm looking for. Now, I was the guy that knew nothing about like red dots when I first started getting into the firearm game. So for me, when I saw red dot, just the term was fancy to me. And I see Choice Family out there say the Amazon special. You almost offended me because I was the king of them. I was buying 2 to 3 red dots at a time because they were $23. You understand me? The dot come on, they tell me, let me tell you how naive I was. I put a red dot on the gun one time, took it to the range. It was self-explanatory how to put it on. And I just started shooting. I didn't know you had to sight it in.
Happens.
I understood the concept, but I didn't know you had to sight it in. So I was wondering why I was missing everything. But I just think that there are some quality options out there at a decent price.
I agree. I definitely agree. Now, I've had students come with everything, right? I will teach them how to use whatever they bring. And for them, because a lot of my students are fair weather gun owners, they'll go to the range once every couple of months. I got a couple students who are about that life who come see me every week. But the majority of them are, hey, I'll see you in 6 months. If you're only using that budget dot once every 6 months, then you're never going to experience a failure, and it's going to be great for the lifetime of the dot. So you'll be fine. So I guess this really applies to how much you're using your firearm, how much you're running your gun. Even hollow sons have failed, outside 8-hour range day, seeing them explode. So technically everything has a failure point. It just kind of depends on how much you're running your gun to see if you ever experience that failure point.
Now, I know you told me you're doing some stuff with Trijicon now. So is that your go-to now?
Yes.
You could even lie out of that whenever you wanted to. So why Trijicon?
This was tough because this is not something that most of my students out of the box, brand new shooter, will come out and say, yeah, I can spend $800, $600 on a red dot. So it was tough for me trying to keep my students in mind. But I think where I am, this is my one thing for me, that for my students, if they are going to invest in a red dot, if they're gonna invest that money, they're gonna go for it. Like the ladies I have who are like, yeah, I'm really about this life. I'm gonna see you every week. They're gonna save up the money to get the best quality thing they can get. So I partnered with Trijicon because I tested out a lot of dots, and they work, they last. I'm not changing my battery every 30 minutes. I like them.
I hope you would never change your battery 30 minutes. But this is the thing though. Now I'm gonna call you out a little bit. Every now and then you gotta call them out. Now we're gonna hold the people down. I'm gonna price my retreat at a very affordable price. I'm gonna go Smith & Wesson because my students cannot afford all these freaky SIGs and staccatos and all of this. But then I'm gonna flip around and go partner with Trijicon.
Yeah, if you're gonna go for it, go for it. You know what I mean? If you're putting optics on your firearm, and at my suggestion, if you are looking to me to suggest an optic for your firearm, then that means you've decided to invest. And if you're going to decide to invest, you might as well go with the best. That rhymes. I'm going to put that on the video.
Yeah, you
that's a t-shirt right there.
Send that to Trijicon. Hey, Trijicon.
I know one thing you taught me too.
Stocking my page.
Don't come and ask you no advice on no optic. I'll tell you that.
But there are others, and like I said, I don't brand shame, and that's why I won't name the ones I would absolutely never take, even if it was free, because use what you got. You got to meet people where they.
I would take it even if it was free. I'm glad you didn't say their name. Damn.
Yo, RGG. Trijicon mortgage.
You ain't lying, boy, because I'm talking about some people. That Trijicon boy. No, but so this is the thing that see Choice fan. Look at him. He trying to. That's how you win me over. Anytime somebody use the word layaway, you are a friend of mine.
That's my in case y'all don't know. Choice family.
Yeah, I already know. Did he tell you the story about this jump shot?
No.
You ain't never heard about it?
No.
All I'm gonna tell you is this thing right here. Just ask him. Just see if he know it. Just see what he says. That's all you got to do. Just be like, he know what it is. No, man. So what I started doing as I started dig into the game a little bit more and partnering with companies like Optics Planet, I wanted to experiment. So I wanted to know side by side, what am I getting?
Mm-hmm.
If this makes sense, like, because you would hear people talk about certain brands or whatever, and I didn't know any better. When the first time somebody said Trijicon to me, I didn't even realize it was an optic. I didn't know. That was way beyond me, because if I go and I look at that price tag and I'm like, whoa, you know, $600, $700 for a pistol optic, in my mind, I'm like, damn, why is that? So it was hold on, I gotta mess with him a little bit. So, you know, it was just one of the it's a long story. He was in Houston when I was in Houston. This was when I did my first meetup.
What a
And
hood
we
nigga.
were at Dave and Buster's. So one of the things I like to do is call everybody out on the basketball game at Dave and Buster's. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I got him, but we ain't gonna get to it too deep. I got him. And I talk so crazy, Tig. I'm terrible. I be talking about stuff 3-4 years from now. And I'm gonna talk about it till he beat me. And Hood Neck, if you want that smoke, you can get it too. Shout out to
Nah. You don't want that with Hood.
Hood Neck. He can't shoot. He just tall and he be running. He cannot shoot. I didn't watch Hood Neck in the game 2 years in a row, and he ain't made a jump shot. He hit his layups, but he don't want that long distance.
Chris be tired. And we all see him at them 2A basketball tournaments. This is after this man is the hardest working man in the gun industry.
You know
he
what?
Will be on that SHOT Show floor, networking for 10 hours straight, meetings and interviews. That man works so hard.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I can't do that. I learned. He don't even realize it, but I actually learned a lot from him. I learned a lot of that grind from him, because he don't stop moving. And I understand that in this business, if we want to get it, we got to go get it. They ain't gonna give it to us. Chris
is that guy, a genius. Chris is that.
Yeah. He know his stuff. He really know his stuff, man. And I like the fact that when I talk, because I just always thought Hood Neck was like the weirdest thing to me, like weird dope though, you know. And then I seen him. I catch him walking through SHOT Show. This was my first time ever meeting him in person, and he come through. I see that big ass hat, and I just knew. Like this Hood Neck.
That's who it had to be.
But hold on. So at this time I had never spoke to him in person before, right? I walk up to him, and at this point, he had all my respect, because he was like, "Oh man, what's up, dog?" Like, wait, because I'm expecting, "Hey, buddy," but he didn't say, "Hey, buddy." I didn't know what to expect. He really one of the guys. He a dope dude, and he know his stuff in his business. So.
Yeah.
But y'all heard it here, man. Don't let the big hat fool you. Super smart brother, man, to be doing this thing.
That's right.
And no, you do not want this smoke. Not at Dave and Buster's. Now you try to make my big ass run up and down the court, you got me. But if you just want to shoot the ball, it's over with. Tig, what you got? What else you got coming up? What's happening for Tig right now? What do we need to know about?
A lot. National Range Day is coming up this year. It's on June 18th. I got to start promoting National Range Day more. I have so many thousands of things to do. But
you're going to get to South Georgia on the 16th, 17th, and you got National Range Day on the 18th.
Yeah.
Well, where is National Range Day?
Everywhere. So
yes.
Yeah, it's national. Every person, all you have to do to participate is go to your gun range. Wear all black. I know it's the summertime. Find some AC. Wear all black. Go to your range and shoot, practice, train, buy firearms, buy stuff, support Black-owned business. I have the National Black Self-Defense Directory. If you want to find a Black-owned FFL or a Black instructor, instructors have their own meetups and events in their specific.
Can we get a link to that or something?
Yeah.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope to put up. And it's Black History Month at that. So, because I'm going to start showcasing Black businesses all month.
Yeah.
And
Malcolm, can you add that to the thing, please, babe? Thank you.
So now, is it me knowing that has been going on for a couple of years?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone that you like? Do you do at your home range?
So every year I do it in a different place. The first year I had National Range Day in Atlanta. Second year was also in Atlanta, but a different range. Last year I went up to Baltimore to host National Range Day. And this year I haven't finalized this yet, but I really want to go back to Houston to have National Range Day. I think it'll be dope. I want to go see Chris in Galveston, you know, where Juneteenth was originated. And I really want to have this fellowship with my brothers and sisters in Texas. I love Texas, by the way. I used to live in San Antonio. Texas has my heart.
So at the RGAs, at the regular GunTube Awards, we giving Hoodneck an award this year.
He needs all the awards. He deserves all of them.
Well, he can't get all of them, Jake, but he gonna get he's gonna get the Boots on the Ground award, which is near and dear to us because that's the people that's out here putting in the work, doing it in the community, working it out and helping out others. So I felt like he was a great option for that. So we will be honoring him. Hopefully he can make it down. If he don't, we'll still honor him, you know, with whether he's there or not. And that's one of the things that I want to, you know, I don't know. I just think it's dope that because I watch our industry ever since I've been around it or been involved now. I try to do as much as I can, and then I try to see how we can better each other without always talking about it. I try to just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of talking about it, I'd rather be about it versus, well, I got this idea. You think we should do this? No, I just move on it. We do it. Everybody catch up when they catch up, and we just make it happen. So, but it's all love though, man. Hoodneck, good dude. I think you definitely deserve some more accolades for everything that you're doing. I mean, you always hear great things, like when people speak of you and the stuff that you're doing is crazy. Like you keep running off. You do so much, you forget. Like I think that's amazing, man. Like you really putting in the work, man. That's motivational to me. You know, I thought I was working hard. I got look at that, Billy. I ain't doing nothing.
You good? You good?
Thought I was out here, man. That's good to know, brother. So that way, tell Tig she can go ahead and host National Range Day in Atlanta. So we shoot from the meetup and we just all go up to Atlanta, or just host it while we there. Come down to my meetup. It's gonna be 300 people there. We got all the brands out there. We got sponsors out there. We got Krista out there, Black Rambo out there. We got Yoki Stirrup out. We got everybody. Why not?
Okay, we'll talk.
Don't cry. Let's just do it. Why not? Let's make it work.
Yeah, this Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Go to the range for Father's Day. It's the best thing any dad. All dads want guns and ammo.
That's what I do on Father's Day.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's it.
And Mother's Day too.
Yeah, same. That's what I do.
And President's Day and Dr. King's birthday.
Yeah, all them days.
All them days.
So National Range Day.
Right.
What else?
So National Range Day, we have more retreats happening this year. And I try not to speak on things before they're finalized, but I'll just put this out into the ether that I am manifesting an international retreat. So that's something that hopefully within the next 12 months we'll have posts. So now I put it out there, I have to do it because people are gonna be asking me about it.
That's dope.
Belize sound like a place to go right there.
Belize is nice. I love South America, Central America. You know, I speak a little Spanish, so yeah, I'm down.
Well, in Belize,
they speak English.
They speak English. It's the only country recognized by the Caribbean in Central America.
I want to go speak Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
What part of DR did you go to?
No. Go ahead, speak some Spanish.
You asked me what part of DR did I go to? What's the main? This was years ago.
I went to Sosúa, which is Puerto Plata.
No, I didn't go there.
Punta Cana.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yes.
Yeah. That was like 10 years ago. More recently, I went to Cartagena, Colombia, El Salvador, San Salvador, El Salvador. I went to Puerto Rico, Cuba. Where else have I been? Oh, I went to Greece last year, Paris. That was pretty fun.
Yo.
I am so out of touch with life. I went to Louisville.
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Damn, I got to get my life together, man.
You got to move around, baby.
Man.
You got to move
Go ahead,
around.
speak some Spanish. Go ahead. Because you say you want to go speak Spanish. Go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Speak Spanish.
I got a few of my Puerto Rican homies.
My favorite food, yo quiero pollo con arroz y frijoles negro.
Oh, really? Okay.
My favorite.
Yeah, something about niggas right there.
It's up, Billy. Answer. You know you could answer.
Sí, también, pero yo no tengo nada.
You don't have any of that?
Yo no tengo nada, no frijoles, no nada. That was good. Now, Tig, I'm black. I know I look Spanish, but I'm black as fuck.
You ain't that black, Billy. You ain't that. Now you lying. You 50%. You. Why you gonna say it like it was more than 50%? But go ahead. We ain't gonna
Yo
argue.
soy blanco y negro,
Okay.
pero mucho más negro.
You're more black than white? How? Or you're like your mom is mixed or dad is mixed?
No, mi culture. Is there a way to say culture in Spanish?
I don't remember. So I was a Spanish minor in college and completely forgot like all of it. That's why I go so I could keep it up, but I don't remember culture.
Yeah. But you know, every
Billy, you put it in the car. What?
Damn it, Colin.
Oh, this dude's stupid, man.
I'm just mean person. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's classic. That's what it sounded like you said, though. I ain't gonna lie.
No, he said he's more black than white. He's black and white.
Yeah,
Well,
I have black, half white.
I couldn't argue with you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all black. Yeah.
I don't know my.
I heard a lot of nigger in there. Nigger.
Too much.
Negro means black.
I know.
Black beans, man.
Black beans and rice.
See, I'm a fat man. I know about food in all different languages.
Yeah.
So let me say this, since I understand that you may be a little younger, you don't know like pizza stuff, but do you realize that Chicago is the city that has the best food?
Oh Jesus Christ!
Objective.
Thank you.
That's absolutely not subjective.
Thank you.
Chicago.
You know what? I'm gonna come up there and you show me the best food in Chicago, all the good spots, the hole in the walls, the mom and pops. I want to go to the hood. And I want to get the good stuff.
You act like you said something that we can't make happen.
Let me see.
Bust a move. I'm gonna show you. I'm telling you, Chicago, the truth. Now, I don't be dissing New York because I love New Orleans. I love food and all those places that I've had the pleasure of visiting. But Chicago is it. I'm telling you. Hey, Eddie Tactical is in the building. Eddie Tactical is my gun camp brother.
Or Mexican?
Now, yeah, he's not. No, he's not.
He ain't Mexican.
We don't know what he is. He Asian of some
mixing it up.
He all of that.
He Asian, Hispanic. I don't know.
I feel like if y'all go to Cuba is where you can't tell where anybody is. Everybody looks black. Like I can't explain it. Like everyone on this live could be Cuban. Like and nobody would, unless you spoke English, they wouldn't know that you're not Cuban.
Really?
RGG looked Dominican.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a little Dominican, yeah.
Definitely Dominican.
I ain't no Dominican. I'm the niggerkin. But don't worry about that. That's not that, man. I see my boy New York City. Listen, if anybody out there has any questions you may want to ask Tig or about her retreats or anything else going on.
Somebody asked what my EDC is. Currently, it's the Shield Plus Performance Center. It's right here. The 4-inch barrel.
Don't show it. Don't show it.
It's there. Down
right
there.
down there. Hey, Tig, you know what? I do have a question.
Hey, Hood, he's
as far as classes, are you open to or have you dealt with like youth?
Yes. So I've had children as young as 5 in my classes before. They have to be 12 to shoot. So the children who are younger than 12 years old, we just have them go through the classroom with the training pistol or the STIRT pistol and teach them the firearm fundamentals and safety rules. And then the family and friends retreat we're having in July. Children as young as 12 can attend that as well. It's up to their parents if they want their child to shoot. That's a personal decision for the parents. But if don't, we have a simulator they can use where they can practice accuracy, safety, and all of that.
That's dope. And is that in Atlanta area?
Yeah, Atlanta in July 15th through 16th.
Okay.
That sounds like a family trip.
That sounds like it.
You got a lot of stuff going on down there. So you can congratulate me if you want to. So I did my first group class over this past weekend.
Oh, good. How was it?
It was good. It was good. It wasn't as bad as I thought because I spent a lot of time calling myself preparing and getting everything together because I just been doing like little onesies and twosies along the way for the last year or so. and then hanging around a bunch of instructors just to get myself, prepared to go.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely a lot of fun. I know it's a lot of work, especially when you're dealing with the whole spectrum for where you got people that's new shooters to people that's a little bit more experienced, and the people that's experienced got to listen to what the new shooters don't know, and you're explaining it all from from A to Z. So it was interesting. I can't wait to get the next one in. It's starting to fill up fast. I didn't want to do this because I know it's going to take up a lot of my time, but see how it goes. New York City.
Ready for feeling. What up, Rod?
Bless up, everybody. Bless.
Wow, brother.
Yo,
I'm
New York
chilling,
City.
family.
Meet my girl Tig, man.
Nabule.
Sister Tig, man. Oh, that's what's up, Billy. Sister Tig, man. Thank you for blessing the live. Great job, sister. Great answers. I'm not gonna stay long. The pizza in New York is better.
Thank you.
Yes, sugar does not go on grits.
Thank you.
Yes, you fix your face, B. We gotta say an Our Father for the sister. Our Father, who art in heaven. Come on, everybody. I ain't gonna start praying. My wife was inquiring, are you gonna take your show? Not your show. I shouldn't say your show. Your training class on the road.
Right. So that's a great question. A lot of people have asked me that recently about the classes and the retreats. We've traveled and taught classes before, but right now it's just because we have so much set up, and I have a team, I have a staff, I have assistants, RSOs, and instructors who work these events. It's easier for us to host them in Atlanta and have people come into the city, like fly in and drive in is what most of the ladies do. And then they make a weekend out of it. So we have ladies fly from all over the country. And if they're just taking a class on Saturday morning, they stay and make a trip out of being in Atlanta for the weekend.
Okay. When you say Atlanta, to me, everything from Lithonia to is it Marietta or?
Marietta.
Okay. All right. So, to me, all that's Atlanta. I got lost on that loop.
285.
Terrible traffic. Jesus. What part of Atlanta do you host your classes? Because she was inquiring, so we can.
Yeah, they're all in Georgia Firing Line in Marietta.
Georgia Firing Line. Okay, I respect that. I'm falling back. I just want to say bless up to everybody, man. Everybody stay blessed. Yo, just keep up the good work, everybody. Peace.
Hey, bro.
Yes, sir.
Before you leave New York,
talk to me, family.
You ready for the meetup?
Sir. I got orthopedic.
Can't wait to see you, man.
Listen, brother. I've been busting my butt. I finally made it under 250 pounds at a dope 5'6". So, yo, tell the ladies to get their money ready.
We have to meet up. We have to meet up with our shirts off and everything, B.
Oh
no.
Hey, if I can get to 200, it's gonna be bananas. You know what? The men don't even need to take a dollar bill. Have them run to the bank. They got to get the $2 joint. $2 joint. It's on and popping.
Going down, man. That's my dog.
Right.
Can't wait to see you.
Man. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Peace,
That's a true New Yorker right there.
That's New York to the max.
Yep.
Refrigerator.
Yo.
What up, Q?
What's happening?
Yeah, shouting,
bro.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
What the word is?
Nighttime though.
Hello.
It is.
That's all right.
No. I'm in the A, so it's definitely nighttime.
Word.
But I just wanted to come on real quick and say hello to Tig. We've met before at the training event in Missouri, and I put a lot of the information that I learned from you that Friday night into effect. And I just wanted to, I caught a little bit of the live. I'm not sure if you guys kind of talked about that part of what you do, as far as the professional development, so to say.
We haven't really touched on it at all yet.
Yeah, so for me, the training and stuff that you do, that's great. That's cool. I props to you on that. But for me, as an up and coming gunsmith, the FFL, that part of what you have to offer me meant a lot to me. And so for a lot of these people that are watching this YouTube, they're working on a lot of that too. So I think that part of the information that you have to share would be, invaluable to our community.
100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Tig out here training the trainers. That's what you telling me?
Yeah. So that's what
nah.
Iron was. That the event that I created was an instructor development event. I no longer host it. It's been transformed. And some of my brothers in arms took over, and it's now called Phase 2. But yeah, Iron Sharpens Iron. I taught the professional development course, and I really wanted to help share my failures as an instructor and businesswoman and my successes, so that other people didn't have to. I don't want new instructors or business owners in this industry to have to start from scratch. I think that's crazy. I think coming into this industry with no knowledge and saying, how do I talk to this company, or how do I partner with this brand, and how do I do this, and having to draft emails and letters from scratch is crazy. When we've all already done this, I've already done the work and put the blueprint out there for a lot of these things. Just take it. You know, my lesson plans, my email drafts, like take those things. I've written blogs there for free on my website about how to grow your social media platform and what things you need to become an instructor. How do you get started? It doesn't make sense for each of us to have our own, we'll have our own individual struggles, but to make the same mistakes that the other person has already made ahead of you is a waste of time. And we're never going to grow unless we share our successes and our failures. So that's what I try to do.
That's deep. That's deep. So with that being said, I mean, there's a lot of instructors out here in this chat for sure. That's probably dreaming to grow to get to the level that you are. And the fact that you say, hey, you know, take this information, you shouldn't have to start from scratch, I think is dope. Yeah. What is there any advice that you could give just maybe an instructor that just got this certification and they're trying to get students or they need work on, you know, how to teach the classes and stuff like that? Thankfully for me that I had several instructors around me early on. I mean, and then being a part of gun camp, everybody's an instructor. So you get to kind of learn as you go. But everybody doesn't have that around them. And now I know Tig, so it's all dope. We gonna all step our knowledge up a little bit more.
All up from here.
What can you say to some of these new instructors out here just to kind of get them a boost or somewhere to start?
I would say take classes, and not just firearms classes. So this is the crazy thing. I grew my business because I looked at other successful businesses like Target, like, you know, like Walmart, like Amazon. Just look at what do you like about that other successful business? What is it that you like about this experience? So you go to a restaurant or a concert or a movie or a show, you go and spend money places, right?
Right.
What do you like about that in that experience, and why did you commit to spending money? And then what did you not like about that experience? And literally steal it. I worked at USCCA and I watched their business. I watched how they sent the e-learning ahead of class, right? The e-learning that they created for their students to come to class with some sort of knowledge or idea of what's going to happen. I made my own e-learning. Why are we starting from scratch? Steal it. Surveys. Every class I've ever taught since 2016, I have sent out a survey to every student. The students are going to tell you good feedback. They're going to tell you, hey, I wish I would have had more of this or less of this, or we didn't have enough time in the range, or we spent too long talking about this subject, or the class curriculum was kind of confusing. I kind of didn't know what was next. They're going to tell you what they like and don't like. Listen to that. Take heed to that information. They're the people giving you money. So you need to listen to them. But yeah, literally steal. Whatever you see me doing out there.
Damn, Tig, I didn't expect you to say that. That was
no, like on guys.
No, I hear you.
She's keeping it real.
Yeah. If you like my retreat, go make your own retreat. DM me, watch my retreat videos, read.
Go to your retreat.
Come to the retreat, watch my retreat descriptions on my website, because a secure person in business is going to say, there's only one me. So that doesn't make me feel threatened if someone takes my exact thing and does the exact same thing. I want you to be successful. I don't care about that.
Hey,
Wow.
can I
You preaching to me, I tell you that.
Can I make a testament
I'm trying to tell y'all
to how honest she's being? A week ago, I did a show, and Tig was the thumbnail, and she hit me up. And I said, listen, I really hope I didn't overstep my boundaries. And Tig was like, you good, bro. You know, I wish I had time to stop by, but I'm busy. But go ahead. That's who she is. Like, everybody needs to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is dope. You know, I went to the Iraq Veteran 88 Range Day, and I was so dialed in to how that range day was working. Like everybody kind of walking around with a bunch of energy. Me, I'm walking around soaking everything up. Like, okay, this is how range day is supposed to be done. This is all right. I need these type of companies at my range day. I need these people to sponsor. You know, me coming from the hood. I'm when I'm doing the meetup, I'm like, all right, man, we gotta go sell these tickets. I got to go pay for this. I got to go pay for this range. We got to pay for this. We got to do that. Let's hustle up. Let's get it done. Not understanding the business structure and how it really works, and you can get partnerships and you can get a little help with things like this. And so that was a learning experience for me. And then he was a humble enough guy to be like, hey, man, you know, whatever you need to know, just ask. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing it 10 years. So like what you just said was really dope. Like it's only one you. Like it's only one of his events. It's going to do what it does anyway.
Right.
You go ahead and bust your move and do your thing. So I think that's dope. You just taught me something tonight, man. That is all right, man.
Yeah, I like anybody who don't mind seeing other people win, even if they're using what you're doing. I like that. That means you're not a selfish person. That means you're willing to give. You reap what you sow. I tell them that all the time. So I see more big things coming your way.
Yeah, that's
appreciate it.
That's pretty good.
But you know,
I'm sorry, Q. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, I was just, you know, like I said, I just wanted to come in and just mention that part because again, personally and on a business level, you know, that information that I've shared, that you shared with us that night, you know, it's definitely helping me. So I just wanted to bring another thing of things that you already are doing that you're
more
great at,
validation,
right? Just more, right? You know, you wanted to give Doc Pagans his flowers. I'm giving you yours. You know, for anybody that's questioning, you know, your validity, that you know values my opinion, right? If you needed it,
keep doing refrigerator Q. What we don't need, you know, is Tig head to get no big in that box right there. We don't need that. She got enough going on now. I love the humbleness. I love the fact that you don't even come off that way, like with your accomplishments. I guess your personality doesn't match your accomplishments. Like it almost feels like you should be a little more distant or you know what I mean? Like not so humble. Like it's kind of, you know, it's pretty dope to me that somebody is, because you keep naming everything, something else come up every time somebody, no, we didn't mention that part yet. Yeah, you know, I build cars too. And it's like, well, damn. More?
Thank you.
So, you know,
I saved the baby last week.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just gonna slide out, man, just in case somebody else wanted to hop in there, you know, get their question answered.
Yeah, if anybody else got any questions for Tig, I know she got to go soon. So if y'all got any questions, I put the link out there. Come on, don't be scared to ask no questions. Or if some of you fellas want to see how to get your wives involved or your daughters, anybody, you know, that may want to get involved with Tig. Hey man, what Choice family? When he gonna do the men's retreat?
We're doing the family and friends retreat in July. I can't wait. I'm excited. Hopefully he'll be there.
No, that's great. But I said when we're doing the men,
just men.
I mean, I know that sounds a little. You know what? Let's do the family and friends.
Say it different. Say it different.
Yeah. I'm gonna say all that. Now that I think about it, you're right, Tig. Forget I said that because
that's just like a regular retreat for the gun folks.
A men's retreat.
That's not my ministry. That's not my ministry. But listen, there's so many male instructors out here. Hit me up. I'll give you my lesson plan for the retreat. Like, people ask me this stuff all the time, and I just send it to them. So, like, I think the thing is, people feel like I'm not going to respond, or like, oh, she's not going to send me her lesson plan. Yes, the hell I will. I will, like, send me your email.
I'm gonna need your lesson plan though for your classes.
Yes, I have all of that.
But don't say you don't respond, because you don't. One time I know for one thing. But I'm not. I ain't listen. I'm not here to bring up old stuff.
Sometimes I do miss things because I do get a lot of messages, but email is probably better. I get a lot of DMs, so social media is probably hard to like track everything. But email me. My email is, you know, on my Instagram page and on my website. But just whatever you need, I will send freely and share with others. I don't care. None of this stuff is proprietary. I hate when instructors are like, oh, this class is proprietary knowledge. Like, no, the hell it's not. You're teaching someone to press a trigger, like add a sheet of paper. There's nothing proprietary about any of that. Nothing at all. People have been doing this shit since forever. So, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it.
No, I see what you said.
It's the same shit. You may say it a different way. You may have different names for it. Your flyer may look different. It's the same shit. Sorry. Share.
Apparently, you've had this conversation somewhere else.
Right.
The first time she didn't have to say this.
A few times.
Hey,
thank you,
man. I appreciate you, man, checking in and validating. And you know, we gonna believe a big. I ain't gonna say it, but you know. Refrigerator Q7 is about 6'8", 427. Tig legit. Like,
good, yo.
We ain't gonna argue with him. That's
all right, man. Y'all hold it down.
You take it easy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Tig, let me ask you, with the amazing stuff that you have going on in your life, say if that was 1 through 10, where does social media fall for you? How important is that on your list?
For business or like me personally?
For business, your success, your exposure.
Number one.
Number one. I dig that.
Your socials got to be hot. And this is the other thing when I say steal, I don't just mean steal ideas. Post. People post. It's the same stuff. We're all posting the same thing. There's nothing new. But one instructor, he asked me, he was like, what are the top questions that students ask? Because he's trying to make content. I have 100. Like every year I make a new list. There's like 100 questions I have that I will send to literally anyone. Pick one of those questions and answer it in a video, make it cool, make it fun, but like still don't make a boring post. See somebody else's post that's doing well. I just posted my comfort concealment video. Make your own version and, you know, hopefully you'll get similar traction because ultimately you got to get those views. I hate it. It's tough, you know, but it's important. It's important because the validity of your business is no longer, oh, I'm gonna go to their website. I'm gonna go to their social media pages and see if I should give them my money. What they doing on Instagram, what they doing on TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, and that shows them who you are, basically. So you have to have that following.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's social media finna look like yours, don't you?
I don't give a damn.
As soon as Tig posts, she gonna be able to talk about so. This is how I conceal my. I'm gonna be on there the next day. This is how I conceal my.
RGG gonna pull it from right here.
Yeah, right.
Do it. I want to see that. Buy a comfort concealment belt. Use my code TIG10, all caps TIG10, and I want to see the men do the videos with the TikTok audios. Go for it.
Nah, y'all go ahead. Ask a different question.
That's how it works in the all men retreat. That's can't believe I said that.
So when it comes to your training, where's your liability? Where's your weakness? Is there anything where you're like, yo, I really need to start doing this for myself, not necessarily for your students, for yourself?
Like with firearms training, what do I need to work on?
Yeah.
It's a lot of things. I've been learning a lot about, how do I say this? My defensive shooting. I can do all of the things isolated. I think putting it all together is something I need to spend more time doing. So all of the micro movements, all of the magazine exchanges, reloads, the moving, all that stuff I can do, but that's what I focused on recently is just putting it all together with speed and accuracy, having that balance, because there are times when I'm really, really fast, but then my accuracy declines. And there are times when I'm really, really accurate, but I'm shooting too slow. So like that has always been a struggle for me. And especially because I'm a perfectionist to a certain extent. And for me, like I used to be one of them, I have to keyhole. It has to all be perfect shot groupings. But I've been telling my students this for years, and I have to take my own medicine. Perfection is not reality. When you defend yourself using that firearm, that cop is not going to come up to you and say, well, you got one over here and one over here. You eliminated the threat, but them shots was 3 inches apart. They're not going to care. Either you defended yourself or you didn't.
Yeah.
Either you did what was necessary to save your life or you did not. It's one or the other. So that perfection with shooting is my biggest fear, or not fear. My biggest problem that I have to work on is It's not going to be perfect. Be allowed to fail, take classes. And sometimes for me, that's hard. When I show up to somebody's class, it becomes a thing and I can't really get down and dirty how I want to sometimes because all eyes are on me, and that just makes me more anxious, and my reputation is on the line. I have my business. There's a lot of things. So I've been reaching out privately to certain instructors to take classes with them privately, so I'm not a distraction from their class. True. But be allowed to fail. Be allowed to fuck up. Like if you're fucking up in training, that's where you're supposed to mess up at, because in real life, you don't have that same grace in real life. So allowing myself to fail has been my biggest, thing that I'm working on lately.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. So are you able, I mean, as busy as you are, do you find time to train just for yourself? I mean, how is that difficult to do? Is it difficult to find time, or is it just a must?
It's a must, but it can be difficult because a lot of times I was working at a gun range part-time, and technically I still work there, but my training schedule, we're going into the busy season, and usually when I'm going to the range, I have to specifically carve out time just for me, because what will happen is I'll end up teaching, or I'll end up helping, or end up doing something for someone else, or I see something wrong and I can't, as an instructor, I can't in good conscience let them be wrong. So I'm like, hey, I'm coming over and, hey, let me help you out. Or, hey, do you mind if I give you some advice or some pointers? So for me, I have to be intentional. I have to go before the range opens or after they close. I have to be completely alone, know that this is not a content day. Don't even bring my tripod, because those two can get conflicted. You can't train and do content. It just don't work like that. So like, I have to be very intentional about doing those things and keeping myself honest. You know what I mean?
Steve, do you have a YouTube channel we can put out there?
I do. I think it's Mysisterskeeper Defense. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure it's just my business name. And on TikTok is MSK Defense. Same thing with Twitter.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was gonna ask that stuff, but got that out the way. And then on Instagram, it's Mysisterskeeper Defense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, can we get all her links out there so people can?
I'm taking care of that now.
Is there any one instructor that busts that ass, that just pushes you?
Yes, Trey Barber in South Carolina. I think he's in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Barber Training Solutions. Trey does not allow me to get in my own head, and I've done a couple private lessons with him. I need to get back out there to do another, but he is an amazing instructor. He's an amazing shooter. If y'all don't know Trey, y'all need to follow Barber Training Solutions right now. He doesn't allow me to feel sorry for myself, and then he also doesn't allow me to be a perfectionist. When I get my hits, we got hits. In his mind, he's like, hey, we got hits. In my mind, I'm like, oh, I could have been better. Like, I'm nitpicking. I won't allow myself to celebrate. And he's like, you got hits. I don't care. You know what I mean? And then when I get my misses, hey, you got your misses. You know what I mean? Like, he's just level-headed, and he doesn't allow who I am to conflate how he sees me as a shooter, because some people, will allow me to be mediocre because of who I am. They're like, oh, it's Tig, whatever. She's doing all this great stuff. Her shooting can be average. And they'll just let me, be average. And I don't want instructors like that who allow me to be just mediocre. And Trey does not.
Good. That's dope.
I know exactly what you're saying, Tig. Being popular and people treat you different, being famous like myself. But I'm learning to deal with it and humble myself to humble the people around me. I just don't have those problems, man. I still go to Walmart.
Yeah, I'm with it. Thanks for the subscribers. Somebody asked, do you pay for how much they pay for Reels? I don't pay for social media at all. Don't pay for any of that. Don't pay for ads. Don't pay for that. It's a waste of money. You can get all that stuff for free.
Is everything that they need to find you in your link tree?
Yes, everything they need to find me is in my link tree.
All right, I found it. So I wanted to make sure.
Make sure you guys go follow Tig on IG. She's dope. TikTok and wherever else she's at, YouTube. Pretty dope sister, man. It was. I'm glad you came on. We had a lot of fun. I was a little nervous because you looked like you kind of quiet, but I seen it. I seen the A came out. What part of Florida are you from?
I was born in a place no one's ever heard of, Vero Beach, Florida. It's
Vero
South
Beach?
Florida.
Vero Beach.
Yeah.
Vero Beach.
Disney.
Why did we all just say it though? What just happened right there?
Because she
Y'all
said
remember this
we don't know. Because she said we don't know about Vero Beach.
A lot of people have never heard of Vero, but I was
Yeah,
born there and I lived in Fort Pierce, Florida, and Port St. Lucie, Florida, which is like maybe an hour and some change north of West Palm. So it's like South Florida, West Palm Beach, a couple hours north of Miami.
I was born in Miami.
Oh, okay.
But
What
raised in
part?
Chicago. Liberty City.
Okay.
Dade County, Jackson Memorial Hospital. I'm a Miami baby. But I didn't grow up in Miami though. I
Right.
grew up here. But
Yeah, my dad's from Homestead. I got family in Miami Gardens and all over Fort Lauderdale, Lauderdale Lakes. Yeah.
okay, so yeah. So if y'all was wondering if she had any hood in it, I mean, it's there. It exists. Nah, man. Listen, I want to say thank you. I know you got some things to get to. Maybe we could do this again before the year's over, because you're gonna keep growing, you're gonna keep getting bigger and bigger in this game. I mean, keep killing it. Don't slow down. I mean, you really setting the bar.
Yeah.
And hopefully, man, it'll open up for more of our sisters out here to take those notes and do the same thing. So I'm proud of you. I hope to see you in South Georgia.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Would be
I put
nice.
it on my
put that on your
calendar.
calendar. We're gonna
It's
remind
on
you.
there. I got my iPad right here. I put it on my calendar. So thank you for having me.
Malcolm.
Thank you.
Don't let her forget, man.
We'll email you.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, listen. So Tig, look,
Mhm.
sneaker ball
What's that?
Yes.
Saturday night,
Rockies.
June 17th at the meetup. So regular meetup. Put this on your calendar now, because it's a sneaker ball. You got to dress up and you got to come with your dopest sneakers on,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
And we just gonna have a ball. Like we got, like I said, we'll have the awards show. We got the Twister concert. We got the after party. We got DJ Type Mike. You don't know who that is, but he's a Chicago DJ that's off the chain. We're gonna rock out all night long. It's gonna be a time. Y'all let me know when y'all ready to book the trip. We'll make sure you guys have your room reserved, and you know, just come on through, man. Let's do it up. Let's have a ball. You know, National Range Day.
Yep.
You know what? Don't worry, man. I'm gonna put the bug in her ear. We're gonna have National Range Day at the meetup. I think it only makes sense.
Yep.
I think it only makes sense. We're gonna already have a sold out crowd there. Everybody gonna be there, Tig. It only makes sense. Go think about it, but it only makes sense.
Malcolm is in charge of that. Y'all gotta talk to Malcolm.
Malcolm, it's done then. Because you know
That's the
why?
boss man.
Because he need to come see me to avenge what happened.
Yes.
All right. No, Malcolm a super cool brother too, man. Choice Family Firearms. Go follow bro too, man.
Yes,
super
he's in
humble
Orlando.
brother.
Go
dope,
check him out.
Dope guy, man. Please let's go follow him as well.
Listen,
and support these two, man. They are out here doing their thing, man. For real.
Take one. I know you got to go, but one super duper important question before you go.
Mm-hmm.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Here we go, Tig. Make it, please. Come talk to me.
A hot dog is a hot dog.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
She didn't say a hot dog sandwich.
She said a hot dog is what she said, because that's what it is. Thank you, Tig. Thank you.
It's not a sandwich.
Thank you.
It's just a hot dog.
Thank you.
I don't eat hot dogs. I don't know. It's just weird.
You know,
I don't like hot dogs.
as soon as you think
You
like
get the right answer.
everything is smooth and like everybody's on a good accord and we're doing great, she messed it up.
They beat me up.
The Florida in me will eat a sausage sandwich, and I pronounce that. I enunciate it. It's really a sausage sandwich. But, you know, I will definitely eat that with some mustard on it. So don't play with it.
When you come to Chicago, we're gonna, you gotta go to Jewtown and get your Maxwell Street Polish, because that's basically what you refer to as a sausage sandwich in Florida, kind of, but it's different.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be dope. But I need you to do this before you go. This is a thing that I've been doing since I've been on YouTube, and I've been getting away from it. And I got to get back to it. I want you to throw this L up right here like this. It ain't gang banging or nothing. It just stands for layaway. That's all it means. Lay away. This is something we use when we go buy certain things. Like when we go buy, Malcolm been saying layaway in the chat all night. Don't you get bougie on me, Tig. If you can throw this L up,
layaway.
What you mean? You got a problem with layaway?
No gun?
She say ain't no more layaway. She bought it outright.
didn't know you had layaway for gun. Okay, layaway. I support saving the coin.
There we go.
You said you didn't know they had layaway for guns.
I've never known they have layaway for guns.
Get out of town.
Yes.
All the people
My
that came
range
here
does
on
it.
Kings of Court, and she didn't know this, and she a legend in the game at a young age already.
My range does not have layaway or any of that stuff. You have
They
to pay
need to
for it.
step they
Cash.
Right.
get themselves together. Tell you that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to start hitting those pawn shops. They
Y'all
got
put them L's in the chat. Layaway.
So now I'm gonna give you a fun fact.
Uh-huh.
I ain't never bought a gun that I didn't use layaway.
I support that. That's cool. In my thought process, because I have ADHD, I'm an immediate person. I like, what's the word?
instant gratification.
Instant gratification. If I have to wait for it, I don't want it anymore. Or I'm gonna forget about it, and Malcolm's gonna be like, "Remember that gun you put on layaway like 7 months ago?" Like, I'm never gonna remember. So I have to buy and pay for everything like the moment I think about it, or else it's just not gonna happen.
Okay.
I want to say that makes sense, but it doesn't to me. And on top of that, no, it's all good. I use layaway all the time. I think it's the move. But I'm in Illinois. See, you in Georgia where you can go to the store, see what you like, pay for it, go home with it.
Yes.
I have to go to the store, fill out the paperwork, wait 3 days, and then hell, damn, they can't have nothing now.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got to get the hell out of here.
Come to
But
Georgia.
listen, y'all. I'm gonna let Tig get out of here, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down too. I appreciate this sister for stopping by. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all showing out in the chat tonight. This is funny. This is gonna be one of the first times I got to go back and read some of the chat because I think I saw some funny shit out there that I was really holding back, trying not to laugh.
She don't put sugar on grits, Skilly. No,
She not. Skilly, please.
Get out of here.
But she does
He
understand.
came in late talking about this
She don't,
boy.
she don't understand either. She don't put sugar on grits.
And we didn't even tell her about you.
Right.
And now that I'm thinking about it, we need to tell her about you.
I don't
So,
know if
do
you
you
got time,
think you can
but
help
I should
somebody out real quick? I know you gotta go. Do you think you can help somebody out that when they go to the range and they shoot they 9mm gun from 7 yards, it looked like they shot a bird shot out of a shotgun?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what his groups look like. Like they everywhere.
His name is Buckshot Skilly.
And
when he show his groups, he got to use both
around here.
arms and shit.
Do you think you can help him? Because if you can help him, we gonna pay for the class.
Right.
I can help anyone. I have to see them shoot in real life to diagnose the
Can
issue.
anybody get me the video of
Oh,
Skilly
right.
shooting? If
We'll
Tig
get
says she can help him,
We'll get
she's
it.
a goat for real.
Right.
I looked at him shooting and said, man, we
Yeah.
got to get this boy a slingshot or something. We got to change up his weapon choice.
It was scary.
Just buy him a
Ain't working.
shotgun. Buy him a shotgun.
He already a shotgun.
He's
He don't need
shooting
a
the
shotgun.
pistol like it's a
Like a
shotgun.
shotgun.
Oh no, that's not good. Get him. I don't know. Get him a rock. Get him a big rock.
That's,
Hey, Malcolm, I don't know why you sending me no invoice, man. You can send it to me, though. It's free to send it to me. Now, what happens to
Yeah.
me once I get it is a whole nother conversation. I don't know what he's sending me the invoice for. Send it to Skilly, man.
The link
She
tree.
must be Jesus' firstborn
Hey, Malcolm,
daughter.
they sending me an invoice. We got Tig on the live, man. You don't just. So you was on Vice too. Look at you.
Oh yeah, I
I
was.
did not see that.
That was
I tell you,
interesting.
boy, it's good to know. You know, I know a lot of famous people, man. So it's good to know you now.
This
Just
fits
add it
in.
up.
This fits in.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Boy, it was in the
Thank
right place
you.
tonight.
He said I'm cutting into his moves. Yep, gotta go. All right, y'all. Everybody, thank y'all. I appreciate it, man. My boy Malcolm getting on me. Thank y'all for all tuning in, man. Please hit the like button on your way out if you didn't get a chance to do it already. Make sure you go follow Tig on all social media platforms and everywhere. We appreciate her coming through, taking time out to hang out with us, man. And thank you to all of y'all. I'll see y'all in the next live on what's today? Tuesday? On Friday. I'll see everybody on Friday. I'm out.
Peace, family.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
y'all. Bye.